Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is Hansi Lou with another Reddit Am I the A-hole post. I've read the title, but I've not read the story. You see me smirking because the title is a banger. Wait, you know what? Am I the a-hole for kicking my brother and his family out after he tried to give me a vention? I don't. It was posted 9 hours ago. Reddit hasn't dubbed anyone anything just as yet. But I digress. Let's deep dive, lovelies. I am having a hard time feeling remorseful, and I am unwilling to apologise for calling my brother out and asking him to vacate my property. I have given him many chances to stop his behaviour, and my brother won't stop shaming me for having been a stripper before I got a prestigious job. These are literally his words. I'm a nurse, an anesthesia. The person that knocks you out, basically, before you go into surgery. I can't pronounce that word for shizer. Okay, let's go back to the story. He has been making offhand remarks about me have been a stripper since he's found out 6 years ago. He gets on these long tirades about how ungodly, unholy, and that the sins I committed can never be forgiven unless I repent and let Christ into my heart. I'm not religious. I'm certainly not Christian, and I'll never be one, but my brother refuses to accept this. Also, I started stripping because his drug and gambling addiction ruined mine and our parents' life. Oh, the plot thickens, does it? He remortgaged their house, took out loans and several credit cards in our parents' name, and even sold our parents' identity to his former dealer. Holy crap! Oh, you are starting to not sound like the arsehole now. At all. Wow. You didn't sound like it at the beginning, but Jesus! I didn't know how bad the situation was until I came home one day from university and found strangers living in our house. My father was too embarrassed to let me know that they were living out of their car. They also never reported my brother to the police because my parents didn't want him back in prison. Last time he went for 2 years. Me and my parents were blackmailed to pay his prison debt. So when I found out my parents, baby sister, baby brother were living out of their car, I decided to work as a stripper. I made good money with that money, and I was able to buy a house. Was able to house my family and pay off my parents' debt, my brother's debt, and put my younger siblings through college/university. During that time, I also paid for his rehab and he got his shit together. Now he's happily married, employed, sober, and with a child on the way. FYI, I paid for his wife IVF treatments. Last Sunday, our parents invited some people over for a big catered dinner. My brother and his wife thought it would be the perfect time to turn it into what he calls a vention and embarrass me in front of all the guests. I completely lost it. I was enraged and spent most of the evening cussing him and my sister-in-law out. I reminded him that I would never have been a stripper if he hadn't ruined us. On Monday, I drew up an eviction notice and sent it to him. I cut all ties with him and his family. I'm truly done with him. Almost everyone is telling me that I'm right to be angry, but that is terrible for me to kick him out and his wife when they're due their first child in 9 weeks. My parents are begging me to forgive him, and honestly, I feel like I've been, and I'm being reasonable I've given them 90 days. I'm done with being called a whore of I'm done being called the whore of Babylon and the downfall of mankind. Apologies for my length, but I thought you all what? I'm sorry. Holy, she ain't even finished yet, but my Lord mercy. Apologies for the length, but I thought I needed you all to know as much as possible, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. I had to repost this because the moderators locked it down for breaking the rules. I have edited it and reposted it for judgment. Thanks. Edit. For clarity, I stripped for 5 years. I used the money from that to claw myself and my family out of debt, pay for my brother's rehab. I haven't stripped in over a decade. I paid for my sister-in-law's IVF and bought the house my brother and my wife and his wife live in with my nurse anesthetic money. Oh, finally, I got it right. Which is why he doesn't feel bad about asking me for help now, because the money wasn't made from sinning. Also, my sister-in-law is just as bad as he is. So am I the asshole? Okay, holy shit. The moderator. This thread is now locked due to excess of rule violations. But here's some comments. I wouldn't give him 90 days. I'd let some friends throw all the stuff out of your house, change the locks, and call the cops saying he's trying to break in. I'd never talk to your brother again. And if he does that horse stuff comments, ask him about how he deals and going and doing, and how the accommodations in jail. Yeah, he's born again, which is always a joke. He ruined your family, which makes him sleep in the car, and has the audacity to blame your past on everything else. And if you're so evil, why is he living with you? Forget his baby, forget his life, no contact with him, and talk to your parents about their reaction and what he's going to do to you. Not the arsehole. Forget the lot of them. Yeah. So basically, everyone is saying not the arsehole. So darling, you are not the arsehole. This is Handsy Lou over and out. I will see you again with another Reddit Time on the Elbows. Bye.